legend, you know. Very strong. He's very, very fast. And he's still Manny Pacquiao. Looks like 10 years.
Manny has so much experience. That man, he could get through anything. You know, as long as they have the right plan, whatever they do, man, they have that. They'll be able to.
This guy is everything I would want to be, you know, as a career, as a fighter, because he did everything, like, you know, with such grace, and he did, you know, hit up spectacular fights.
Manny Pacquiao was once one of the most feared and respected boxers of his generation, and even now, years later, he remains a legend in the sport. Today's top fighters, many of whom grew up watching him, still talk about him with deep respect. But what makes Pacquiao so special? What is it about this 8-division world champion that continues to amaze and even intimidate the best fighters in the world? Now, with the surprising announcement that he's coming out of retirement to face Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title, Pacquiao has shaken up the boxing world. His comeback has gotten the attention of the entire boxing community, and the reactions from active fighters make it clear just how much Pacquiao still matters. Let's take a look at what today's boxing stars are saying about Manny, and why he might be the last true unicorn left in boxing. As soon as the news broke that Pacquiao was returning to fight Barrios, the boxing world lit up with excitement. Social media was buzzing. Fans were split on whether he still had it, and current top fighters didn't wait long to share their thoughts. What's surprising is that most of them showed nothing but admiration. One of the first to speak out was Terence Crawford, a fighter known for being brutally honest, not generous with praise. So, when he openly praised Pacquiao, people paid attention.
Do you think he's too old at 46 to fight Barrios?
I can't say if he's too old or not. You know, if he get in there and win, then...
Crawford didn't hesitate to call Pacquiao an all-time great. He said that even though Manny is now 46 years old, he still wouldn't count him out in a serious fight. That's a major compliment coming from a fighter like Crawford, who's widely seen as one of the best pound-for-pound talents in the sport and rarely hands out compliments. For him to speak so highly of Pacquiao shows the level of respect Manny has earned not just from fans and media, but from the top competitors in the ring today. Even in an era full of rising stars and dominant champions, Manny's name still carries weight. Crawford's words weren't just polite, they were a sign that even the very best fighters know Pacquiao is different.
So, I don't put no limit on an all-time great like Manny Pacquiao.
Crawford wasn't the only one to speak out. George Kambosos Jr. also reacted quickly when the announcement came. Kambosos, a former unified lightweight champion who once held the WBA, IBF, WBO, and Ring Magazine titles, has always felt a strong connection to Pacquiao. Their fighting styles, strong work ethic, and mentality as underdogs have some real similarities. Kambosos has long looked up to Manny, and his reaction was both emotional and full of respect. It's not hard to see why both men know what it means to fight with everything they have, especially when nobody believes in them. In many ways, Kambosos sees a reflection of his own journey in Pacquiao's legendary path.
Yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything. And you know,
Kambosos, whose
family roots go back to ancient Sparta, a place known for producing fearless warriors, understood and DS what it means to fight with true heart. He made it clear that when Manny Pacquiao sets his mind on something, he doesn't quit until he achieves it. That mindset, according to Kambosos, is one of the things that makes Pacquiao so different from others. It's not just talent or speed, it's that fire, that drive, that deep desire to succeed no matter what he sees. Pacquiao is someone who keeps pushing boundaries even when the odds are stacked.
Try his best. That's what Manny, one thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So yeah, he's going to...
Kambosos went on to praise Pacquiao's incredible work ethic and called him one of the most determined athletes he's ever seen. He firmly believes that Manny still has what it takes to become a world champion again, even at 46. That's not something he says lightly either. It's based on everything he's witnessed over the years, how Pacquiao trains, how he fights, and how he never gives up. Coming from someone who knows what it takes to win at the highest level, this praise speaks volumes. Kambosos sees this comeback as more than a publicity stunt. He believes it's a real shot at glory.
Manny, I know the man that I was firing. I love that guy. So, but again, he's a legend. And if he turns it on, he can...
And this wasn't the first time Kambosos had given Pacquiao high praise. On a past appearance on the Joe Rogan podcast, He called Manny one in a billion and even said that no one would ever break his record of becoming an 8-division world champion. That record still stands unmatched in boxing history and likely will for many years to come. Kambosos sees that achievement as something so unique, it might never happen again. For him, Pacquiao isn't just a great fighter, he's a once-in-a-lifetime athlete whose legacy will stand forever. That's why so many fighters from this generation still look up to him.
Able to have an opportunity like that to spar 250 rounds with one of the greatest of all time. I mean, he won world titles in what, 8 divisions?
8 divisions, 13 or 14 world titles.
Crazy.
It will never be done again.
Crazy.
And as much as you want to see records broken, and I want to break records, that man is a one of one.
Another big reaction came from Rolly Romero, one of boxing's flashiest personalities. Known for his cocky attitude and his win over Ryan Garcia, Rolly usually delivers his thoughts with sarcasm and swagger. But when talking about Pacquiao, even his jokes came with a dose of real respect. He said that Manny should have been inducted into the Hall of Fame years ago, and that waiting so long was borderline disrespectful, coming from someone who rarely takes anything seriously. That kind of statement shows just how respected Pacquiao really is, even by those who make their living talking trash and putting on a show.
Manny Pacquiao, he's going to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. He's an inductee.
Wait, he isn't inducted yet?
Not yet. He's an inductee.
Wait. So Manny Pacquiao is not inducted in the Hall of Fame?
Not yet. What does he mean to the sport of boxing?
No, wait. Y'all just got me fucked up. Wait. The one
in Canastota.
An 8-division champion is not inducted to the Hall of Fame. So, I mean, obviously now he's...
As for Ryan Garcia, his words came from a much more emotional place. Garcia has always openly called Manny his idol. He said Pacquiao was everything he ever dreamed of being, not just inside the ring, but as a person too. It wasn't just about speed or power for Ryan. He admired the way Pacquiao carried himself, treated people, and gave back to the community. Manny's kindness and charity work left a deep impression on Garcia, who now hopes to follow in those footsteps. For someone as popular and media savvy as Ryan, showing that kind of respect speaks volumes about Pacquiao's influence beyond the sport.
Like, that's one of my idols. Like, I really look up to Pacquiao. Like, people don't know, but like, he's one of the people I look at. I'm like, man, like, this guy is everything I would want to be, as a...
Garcia also praised how Pacquiao has used his fame and fortune to help others. He talked about Manny's generosity and how he's done so much for people in need. That's the part of Pacquiao's story that inspires Ryan the most, not just the knockouts or titles, but the man behind the gloves. Garcia hopes to do something similar with his own platform, making a positive impact the way Manny did. That kind of admiration shows that Pacquiao's reach goes way beyond boxing. He's a role model for how athletes can use their success to bring good into the world.
The fight, because he did everything with such grace, and he did, hit up spectacular fights. He helped out his community. I'm trying to do things similar like that, but me, I'm more of I want to get back to, the younger generation. I want to help their...
Then you have Devin Haney, the slick and composed 2-division world champion known for his sharp technique and calm presence in the ring. Haney didn't waste time calling Pacquiao a legend either. He warned people not to be fooled by Manny's age. According to him, Pacquiao's timing, skills, and fighting mind are still dangerous. Haney said that just because someone's older doesn't mean they're past their prime, especially not someone like Manny, whose instincts and fight IQ are on another level. All the praise from these fighters points to the same truth: Pacquiao is more than a former champion. He's a living force who never stopped being a threat.
I think Pacquiao is a legend. I think that he's a real good fighter, and I think that people underestimate his skills because he's older or he lost to Floyd. But I still think that he has a lot of store, and I think that he could beat a lot of the top guys here. So I don't know.
Whether or not Pacquiao can actually beat the much younger Mario Barrios remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: the current generation of fighters still respects him deeply. And this isn't fake respect. These are boxers who watched him growing up, who studied his style, and in some cases were even influenced or mentored by him. Manny Pacquiao isn't just returning for another fight, he's coming back to prove why he belongs among the greatest of all time. And with the wave of admiration coming from today's champions, the entire boxing world is watching. Even Gervonta. Tank Davis, known for his bold trash talk, had nothing but good things to say about Manny. That kind of praise from a guy like Tank means something.
Really quick, tell me about Manny Pacquiao coming to visit you. He flew all the way from the Philippines to watch you fight. Yeah, it's like an 18-hour flight.
That was dope.
He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, he's cool.
Did he give you any advice or tips?
I don't think he gave me a tip, but he definitely was fired to have him like come
surprise you.
That's surprise, bro. That was.
And the list doesn't stop there. Chris Algieri, a former WBO junior welterweight champion and welterweight title challenger, has praised Pacquiao multiple times. In fact, Algieri once said that Manny Pacquiao hit harder than Errol Spence Jr. and that's no small claim. Spence is a naturally bigger man, known for his strength and power. But according to Algieri, it was Pacquiao's punches that made the bigger impact. That kind of statement gives you an idea of how much power Manny really has. Even when he's smaller on paper, he still brings a different kind of danger to the ring.
When I fought Errol Spence, and he was the first fighter to ever stop me, and everyone was asking, man, I mean, he must hit harder than Pacquiao and Rusan. And I said, no, actually, he doesn't hit harder than either. They both hit harder than him. Well, how did he stop him? Like, he hit me with a lot. It wasn't the one punch. It was the number of punches that he landed on me that was able to get me.
What makes Algieri's comments even more meaningful is the fact that he didn't go into that fight unprepared. He had one of the best training camps of his entire career before facing Pacquiao. He was in top physical shape, had a solid strategy, and still, it wasn't enough to deal with Manny's relentless speed, angles, and aggression. That tells you everything about Pacquiao's greatness. He doesn't just rely on natural talent, he combines it with unmatched preparation and experience. And that makes him one of the hardest puzzles to solve in the ring.
My trajectory was so fast. It was exponential how quickly I got from, literally fighting in my hometown to fighting Manny Pacquiao and Macau. It was such a blur at the time. I was just so focused. I think a couple days ago you said that I was like the nerd in school. Well, I was a nerd in the gym too. I left no stone unturned. I trained so hard. I did everything right. I went to sleep early. All my food was perfect. My training was exceptional. I had all the good sparring partners. I left no stone unturned. And that was the way that I was able to deal with any kind of nerves going into a fight. Homework. I did my homework. So I was prepared. I always knew I was prepared for every fight, even if I didn't know what I needed to have.
Then there's Vasily Lomachenko, arguably one of the most technically gifted boxers in the world today.
Widely regarded as one of the most technically skilled boxers of this generation. His footwork is often called otherworldly, his speed dazzling, and many believe he sees things in the ring that most can't. So, when Lomachenko gives another fighter credit for their speed and movement, it really means something. Loma once said that Pacquiao is fast, strong, and a living legend. He also mentioned that Manny still moves like he did 10 years ago. At an age when most fighters slow down, Pacquiao continues to look sharp, as if age hasn't caught up to him.
Chance and pleasure fight with legend, He's very, very fast. Still Manny Pacquiao looks like
Even Errol Spence Jr., who was originally set to fight Pacquiao before an eye injury forced him out, showed nothing but respect for the Filipino legend. Spence acknowledged the huge legacy Pacquiao brings into any fight, even though they never got to meet in the ring. Just being part of the build-up, the promotion, and sharing the spotlight with a legend like Manny was something Spence didn't take lightly. For him, it wasn't just about the fight, it was about the opportunity to stand opposite someone whose name is etched in boxing history.
Yeah. So like what can I say about future Hall of Famer, legend, sport.
Only 8th division champion of boxing.
Yeah,
and still a champion at the highest level.
Oh yeah.
And let's not forget Teofimo Lopez, another 2-division world champion with star power of his own. Lopez pointed out that one of Manny's greatest strengths is his experience. According to Teofimo, if Pacquiao enters the fight with the right strategy, he can beat anyone, even younger, stronger opponents. It's not just about being fast or powerful, it's about having a deep understanding of the sport. Lopez believes that Manny's ring IQ and confidence, built over years of fighting, the best.
Manny has so much experience that man, he could get through anything. As long as they have the right plan, or whatever they do, man, they have that. They'll be able to do all that.
So, when you look at all these fighters past and present, rising stars and seasoned champs, they all agree on one thing. Manny Pacquiao is one of a kind. He's not just a legend because of what he's done in the ring, but because of how he's carried himself outside of it. Respect like that can't be demanded, it has to be earned. And Manny has earned it from the best in the business. But now it's your turn, boxing fans. Where do you rank Pacquiao among the all-time greats? Do you believe he has what it takes to become a world champion again at age 46? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more boxing stories like this.